Hey guys, just coming to you live. Happy Monday. Hope you guys are having a great day and you got your workout done. You're on your eating plan. It's Monday. It's a great day to be on point. So if you start your week right, you're more likely to finish your week right. So definitely make sure that you plan really well for your week. Try to make Mondays awesome and on point, because then you kind of feel like you can gain some momentum for the week and finish the week like you started. So I've talked about this topic before, but I wanted to kind of cover it a little bit again. And, there's a lot of misunderstandings about fitness. And, I think for most people who are out there trying to get their workouts in or work out more or get fitter, I think it's more looked at like, I got to check this box. Check the box, get my workout done, and then I'll be fit, right? But if you've ever been in a gym, which most of us have, you will notice that there's a whole lot of people in that gym who are not fit. But yet, you'll see them every day, and they're doing their workout, right? Checking the box, right? So just because you show up to the gym and you show up and do your workout doesn't mean you're getting any fitter. You may be, kind of maintaining some muscle mass, maintaining some of your cardiovascular fitness, but it doesn't mean you're actually progressing in your fitness. So I use myself as an example all the time in this aspect. I used to, just like most people, believe, to get fitter, you had to work out more, right? You had to work out longer. You had to put more time into it, right? So at one point I was doing 2-hour workouts. So I would either do a split set, I would do workout in the morning before work, and then I would, from work, go right to the gym. Or before, I also would just get up super early and do 2-hour workouts. So I was definitely over-exercising and had all the aches and pains and the poor muscle mass to show for it. Why? Because when you work out longer and you do that consistently, like if you're doing 2-hour workouts every single day, your body is going to not only be prone to injuries and inflammation, but your body's also going to start stripping muscle mass because you don't have enough calories in your system, enough energy in your system at the time of working out to maintain that level of effort for that long. And your body's going to go into kind of a conservation mode anyway because you have a prolonged effort, right? So it's actually going to slow down your metabolism because it's like, whoa, what's going on here? This has been going on for a long time. I need to start preserving some of this glucose because glucose is the most valuable thing that your body has, and it wants to protect it at all costs. So it actually will start breaking down your muscle mass before it even taps into your fat mass, which is crazy. Most people don't understand this. So if you over-exercise, you actually are stripping your muscle mass from your body. So more is not better, right? So I just want you, if you get anything out of this talk today, more is not better. So if you're exercising more, that doesn't mean you're getting fitter. You actually could be causing some significant damage and actually going against what your desire is to improve your fitness, which hopefully one of those things is to improve your muscle mass, to increase your muscle mass and burn fat. So unfortunately, most people think working out more and longer does that. It actually does the exact opposite. It preserves more fat and strips your muscle mass. So get that out of your head, that's not what we're doing. So I want to tell you guys the most efficient way to work out. And that does not mean you have to work out more. It actually means that you can work out less. You can. I use the word can. Now, I enjoy working out. I like to work out for a long time. I love to do long hikes. So, I work out usually for about 45 minutes to an hour, only because I enjoy it. But on the days that I'm doing intense, so I'm going to talk about high intensity interval workouts, those are the shorter days. Those are more like 30 minutes, and then I'll tack on maybe a 10-minute core or 15-minute core video on the end of it. So I'm working for a short amount of time, but very intensely, right? So you've probably heard of high intensity intervals. This is a way to kind of hack that system. So it kind of turns that concept on its head. It actually, with more effort and less time, it's not that you're burning more calories in one workout. So that is a misnomer too. You know, people, I have one too, I've got a Fitbit, or you look at the cardio equipment and it tells you that you burn this many calories. That is total bullshit. It is a total, I don't even know where they get those numbers from. It's pretty ridiculous. It's like, whoever you are and you step on this machine and you do this for 30 minutes, you all burn the same amount of calories. Our bodies are not a closed system, and calories don't matter anyway. We want to tap into tapping in that body fat and burning the body fat. So what does it take to be able to do that? That means you have to burn through your glycogen first, right? This blood sugar that's in your system and stored in your liver, right? We all have different amounts of that at any given time when we start our workout, right? Even for a different person, like a person, the same person on a different day has different levels of that. So I don't know how some machine or some watch is going to tell me how many calories I've burned. It's so, stop looking at those and don't think that you like burn this many calories so you can kind of get away with eating more calories later on. Like, I just laugh. It's almost like comical that people, I love when people post those things on Facebook. They're like, ooh, I burned 400 calories today. I'm like, really? Really? That's what you believe? Come on. Like, all right. If you believe that, then I have some oceanfront property I will sell you right now in Arizona. It's awesome. Sight unseen, you're going to believe me. Give me your money. Okay, so all jokes aside. So there's this thing called excess post-oxygen consumption. This is what we want to tap into, this system. So if you are doing steady state cardio, you know, if your heart rate doesn't really exceed to a certain point, you're not really getting too much out of breath, you're not working at maximum effort, there's good days to do that. So you can't do high intensity intervals every single day. I'm definitely not encouraging you to do that. You should maybe swap it out. Do one high intensity interval day on one day. The next day, do a steady state. You know, so maybe some lifting without, really getting your heart rate too far up, and then go back to high intensity intervals the next day. That's how I do it. I usually do like a more intense day and then a less intense day, more intense day, less intense day, and cycle through it, right? We don't want to do this every day because, again, there's a degree of inflammation that comes along with high intensity intervals. We don't want to be stimulating that system every single day because that's not healthy too, and you're going to be more prone to injury because of that. So what we want to do is to kind of tap into both, because you're going to get benefits from doing both. But maximizing your time, so if you have a day or a couple days or a week or so where you're just like, man, I really seriously have no time to work out. Okay, you do have time to work out, because you can get this benefit that I'm about to talk to you about in as little as 10 minutes. Actually, 9 minutes to be exact. So EPOC, excess post-oxygen consumption. So I have my notes here that I'm going to read from. So basically, it's an afterburn effect. So basically, your body is going to be making up for that workout, which is up to 10 minutes. That's a minimum of what you would need to do for up to 48 hours after your workout. Now, if you have a workout where you're just doing steady state cardio, like just a run or a jog or just some lifting, your burn stops the minute you stop working out. It stops, right? So whatever your body burned extra to go to get you through the energy, to give you the energy through that steady state workout, that burn stops. Your metabolism returns to normal pretty soon after your workout. For EPOC types of workouts, your body is making up for the loss up to 48 hours after your workout. So I'd rather be burning, my metabolism being elevated for 48 hours due to a 10-minute workout, rather than work out an hour and only burn for that hour. Right? Doesn't that make sense? Yeah. So the number one argument for not working out is, well, I don't have time. Well, yes, you do, because you certainly have 9 minutes of your day. And you don't even need equipment for this, by the way. So you literally could do this in a space like that takes up a yoga mat. Get the benefits and be done with your workout. Now, these workouts suck extra hard. That's the problem. There's a certain amount of suffering that goes along with this. So if you've ever done like a series of burpees, so if you've done any of our workouts, like the 22 caliber, and you've done burpees, then you definitely know what EPOC feels like. It's pretty rough, right? So, but there's a reason for that, because you were tapping into the anabolic systems in your body. So your body actually cannot keep up with the oxygen requirements, and it has to tap into the anabolic requirement to help fuel your body to keep going with what you're doing. So the point would be that you're not going to be able to keep up this rate, this effort for very long. So it's actually for a shorter amount of time. One of the most popular formats is Tabata. So you would go for, like 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, which happens to be the 22 caliber. That's the interval that we have. This introduces you to the high intensity interval format. As you get fitter, you can maybe go a little bit longer, but full on effort, you really should only be able to maintain it for about 30 seconds. Now, there's some Tabata programs, high intensity interval programs out there that like are a minute and a half, and it's freaking ridiculous, because no matter how fit you are, even if you're, Shanti Insanity, you cannot keep up that rate of effort for a minute, because then you're actually not tapping into anabolic. If you are able to do that without passing out, then that means you're still kind of on the cardiovascular side of things. You're still using more oxygen rather than anabolic. So it's kind of silly. I would not go past 30 seconds with these efforts. 30 seconds should be the max, which if you have done the 38 and the 50 caliber, you notice that's what we switch you to, but it doesn't go any further than that. We don't ever go above the 30-second threshold for the high intensity interval move, right? So we expect you to just work as hard and as fast as you can in that 30 seconds, then you get your break. And then you go again, and then you get your break. So it's kind of this up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And it forces your body to run through your oxygen very quickly, and your body cannot keep up with converting that oxygen to fuel your body to keep going. So it has to tap into that anabolic process. Plus, because of that high level of effort, you're going to be burning through your glucose much quicker than a steady state cardio. So then you get depleted of that glycogen much quicker. So your body can hopefully, if it's fat adapted, start tapping into some of those fat stores to get you through that workout. Now what happens afterwards, so let's say you're done with your 10-minute workout, this is where the metabolic effect happens. So you have this afterburn effect for up to 48 hours. Because you went in such a deficit with your oxygen, so this is all about the oxygen, your body has to work hard to make up for reoxygenating all of those cells that you stole the oxygen from. So that means your body has to work harder, you're burning more calories, you're burning through more sugar because it takes energy to do this process, right? So that's why it's called the excess post-oxygen consumption, because your body is basically kind of making up for that depletion of oxygen for that amount of time. Some ways to do that, I just covered the 30 seconds, no more than 30 seconds. If you're just starting, I would say 10-second efforts, just really quickly. The 22 caliber is the perfect program to get a little experience with this kind of approach. So definitely check that out. If you're not currently a Fire Team Whiskey member, if you go on our YouTube channel, we have a free 22 caliber workout on there, so you can check out that format. See how long you can make it. If you really are working very, very interval and you're not that fit, you might only be able to go for 5 seconds, maybe even less. So just start from there, see if you can make it 5 seconds, take your break, then go to the next exercise. If you're more fit, obviously you can do it for a little bit longer, but you have to work as hard as you can for that interval time. Another way to get this is to work with fast twitch muscles. So we actually have a video called High Intensity Interval Weights on the Fire Team Whiskey app. Box jumping, doing kind of hang cleans, kind of kettlebell swings, that kind of movement, heavy lifting, obviously, and plyometrics, anything that requires you to jump, like even just jumping with a jump rope, or doing burpees, things like that, jumping up on a jump box. Those are all fast twitch type of exercises. So this also stimulates EPOC, and it also kind of stimulates a high intensity interval exercise. So you definitely want to come away from just the steady state cardio kind of stuff where you go to the gym and your heart rate kind of stays in a kind of talking mode. You can still talk to your buddy. Maybe you're next to somebody on the treadmill and you're maintaining conversation. If you can talk, that means you are not doing EPOC, right? So that's the rhyme I use. If you can talk, you're not in EPOC. So work as hard as you can where you actually literally cannot say a full sentence. You might be able to gasp it out, like in a few words at a time, but that is your gauge of effort, level of effort. So if you can talk, you're not in EPOC. All right, hopefully that was helpful. You guys have a great night, and I will talk to you soon. If you have any questions about this topic or this technique, please just drop them in the comments below and we will answer back.